In this week's Blizz Pro Weekly, patch 6.2 is confirmed to be the last content patch for Warlords. Heroes of the Storm has ideas on dealing with toxic players. Overwatch teases Soldier 76. And Hearthstone has a major announcement coming July 22nd, and we have an idea of what it might be. Hey guys, welcome to the newest episode of Blizz Pro Weekly. As always, I am your host, Chris the Beard Arnone. We are filming on July 4th. Happy Independence Day for all you Americans. For everyone else, hope you enjoyed your Saturday. Yep. Blizzard will be at San Diego Comic-Con, okay? That's coming up next week. So they're going to be there as they always have for many years. They normally use it to reveal their new products and books that they sell at their gear store. This year is no different. They have several exclusive items at the event and will be revealing more. So if you're attending the con, then go find Blizzard at booth 115. They're going to be selling a 3-pack of Funko Pop vinyl Murlocs, a cute but deadly Shadow Form Illidan figure, a Murloc plushie backpack, and a World of Warcraft Nexus Whelping plush. On Thursday, June 9th at 2:15 p.m., they're going to be holding a panel to show off their new items coming out next year. The panel will be led by Kim Pham and Chris Metzen. You can expect lots of new information on products that they're going to be releasing, like t-shirts, toys, collectibles, books, all kinds of stuff like that. But don't expect there to be any announcements regarding games. That kind of stuff much more likely to happen at Gamescom in a few weeks. Speaking of games, let's talk some World of Warcraft.
Here's the beef.
So patch 6.2 has been out for a couple weeks, and the WoW development team has been doing interviews with several fan sites and personalities about the patch. In a recent interview with French site Mammy Twink, I don't know, lead game designer, Corey Stockton revealed that patch 6.2 will be the last major patch in Warlords. He went on to say that some expansions have had 3 or 4 patches, and they do whatever feels right. He said this expansion would have just 2 major patches with 6.1 and 6.2. However, we have a problem with this. Now remember the interview we discussed a couple weeks ago with lead encounter designer Ian Hezekostas? He admitted patch 6.1 was not a major content patch, that it was marketed incorrectly and was more of a patch regarding fixing bugs and bringing in a few small features. So basically what we're saying is Warlords of Draenor, the players paid $50, the most of any expansion, and they've gotten the least amount of content ever in a WoW expansion with 1 major content patch. Fucking seriously. Not only did players have to wait 18 months between patch 5.4 and the release of Warlords, they then only got 1 major content patch, and who knows how long we will have to wait for the next expansion. What's going on, Blizzard? This is worse than the release of Diablo 3, and it certainly doesn't seem to line up with Blizzard's ideals. Honestly, having something so poorly done is making us very disappointed in a game developer that, obviously we have a lot of respect for. We're called Blizz Pro, okay? World of Warcraft is becoming something that is hard to support from a fan standpoint. Blizzard, please take notice, listen to the fans, do the right thing. The WoW development team needs to fix this. Making players pay $50 for an expansion and then $15 a month for less content than you've ever produced before and thinking that's okay? That's just plain wrong. Fix it. Let's talk Heroes of the Storm. So during E3, the website Stethivore had a chance to sit down with Blizzard's Chris Sagatti and Alan DeBeery to discuss Heroes of the Storm. It was a fairly standard interview with not really anything revealed, but there was one question and answer that did catch our attention. The question was about negativity in this kind of game, a MOBA, the toxicity amongst players. Blizzard has done many things to curb it, like, turning off global chat, not being able to chat with the other team, and being able to ignore players completely and rely on the ping system. But are there plans to take it further, perhaps rewarding players for being good? Now, Alan DeBeery responded that absolutely, they want to do something like this. Nothing concrete yet, but they're looking at possible systems where players can maybe upvote or downvote other players. So if enough players upvote you for being a cool and helpful player, maybe you get some extra XP or gold in your matches. On the flip side of that, If you're a player who likes to yell at other people and gets downvoted a lot, they may decide to start putting you in a game with other players who do the same. It's similar to their leaver system, where players who leave games are more likely to get matched up with players that leave games. And then finally, maybe, if somebody gets enough negativity marks, then maybe this game just isn't for you, and Blizzard doesn't want you to play it. Alan even said that if you're not willing to play by what's expected, fair play, good environment, everyone else wants to play in, then maybe it's better off that you're not a part of the game. Now, obviously, this isn't in the game yet or even announced. It's just something being talked about. But what do you think? Would you like to see this kind of system brought into Heroes of the Storm? Let us know in the comments. Let's talk Overwatch.
The world could always use more heroes.
So as we've mentioned before, Gamescom is rapidly approaching, and Overwatch will have a big presence at the event, and the community team is having some fun teasing some new heroes and possibly a new map. So far, clues have shown a break-in at an Overwatch facility in Colorado called Watchpoint Grand Mesa. Now, the break-in is from a masked man with a sword. Some speculation is that he's the robot-looking ninja we've seen in some of the promo art. However, later on, there were some images of a large gun that was stolen, as well as a blurry image of a man wielding it that they are calling Soldier 76. He looks similar to the main statue we saw at the teaser cinematic for Overwatch. Interestingly enough, Soldier 76 was mentioned in an old short story that Chris Metzen wrote back in 2004. Now, old, yeah, that's like 11 years. Anyway, Chris Metzen is a huge Captain America fan as well, and Soldier 76 has a lot of the same traits as Captain America. It's quite possible that he dug up his old story and is using that character for the game. Either way, we fully anticipate this news to continue getting teased until Gamescom hits in early August, where it's even possible we might finally hear, maybe, the long-awaited beta date. We'll have to wait and see together. Let's talk about Hearthstone in the meantime.
Pull up a chair by the hearth.
Speaking of announcements, we have one coming this month for Hearthstone. PC Gamer got a package in the mail from the Hearthstone team, and when opened, it started playing the fanfare from Argent Tournament from Wrath of the Lich King. Inside it was a scroll, and when opened, it read, "Champions are gathering from around the world to witness the next exciting thing Hearthstone has in store. News travels far and wide in search of brave new faces, ready to answer the call to arms. Are you one of them? Muster for battle and mark July 22nd on your calendar. The next bit of news won't come by carrier pigeon. Thankfully, we have much better ways to communicate now. Victory awaits." Do you like that announcer voice? Blizzard, you want to email me about any voiceover opportunities? I'm game. I'm down. Anyway, so we have another announcement of an announcement that the Hearthstone team is so very fond of. If you remember, back last year before BlizzCon, several news outlets, including BlizzPro, received some blueprint postcards with mechs on them. Now, this was how they announced the announcement of Goblins vs. Gnomes that came at BlizzCon. So this is very likely another major card expansion that will get announced on July 22nd. And since the Hearthstone team really doesn't fuck around with things like this being out there forever after they announce them, it's also very likely we will get the new expansion in August. The expansion will probably be featured around the Argent Tournament, so expect cards like the Black Knight or Stormwind Champion to get some of the limelight with the new cards being released. Now, some people are speculating since this is a tournament, we might be getting some sort of tournament mode in the game. While this is also a possibility, we think it's much more likely a card expansion since they have just released a new play mode with Tavern Brawls that should keep people busy for a while. As of right now, there are no details about how Blizzard will announce the new expansion, well, other than we know it will not be by carrier pigeon. So what are your thoughts, and what could this new announcement be? Let us know in the comments. That does it for Hearthstone and our video this week. Subscribe right here on YouTube, iTunes, give us thumbs up, high star ratings, all that good stuff. You want to check out BlizzPro TV, listen and subscribe to all of our shows. We have the West March Workshop, the Hearthstone Power Hour, and the Heroes Power Hour. Me, I'm all over the internet, Twitter, Facebook. I'm a Goodreads author. The Lost and Broken Realm, my first novel, is online pretty much everywhere. I'm also a contributor for BookRiot.com and Panels.net. If you have a question, email us at askthebeard@blizzpro.com. And of course, check out BlizzPro.com. We've got all the news, reviews, interviews, everything you need to know about Blizzard Entertainment games. Stay beardy, my friends.